Evam manaha karma vāsam prayunjate avidyayatmane upadiyamane pratenayavan mahivasudeve namuchyate deha yogena tavan evam thus manaha the mind karma vāsam subjugated by fruitive activity. Prayujite acts avidyaya by ignorance. Atmani when the living entity. Upadiyamane is covered. Pritihi love. Na not. Yavat as long as Mai unto me. Vasudeve Vasudeva Krishna na no Muchate is delivered Deha Yogena on contact with the material body. Tabat so long. When the living entity is covered by the mode of ignorance, he does not understand the individual living being and the supreme living being, and his mind is subjugated by fruitive activity. Therefore, until one has love for Lord Vasudeva, who is none other than myself, he is certainly not delivered from having to accept a material body again and again. Fifth response, when the living entity is covered by the mode of ignorance, he does not understand individual living being and the supreme living being, and his mind is subjugated by fruitive activity. And therefore, until one has love for Lord Vasudeva, who is none other than myself, is certainly not delivered from having to accept a material body again and again. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. When the mind is polluted by fruitive activity, the living entity wants to be elevated from one material position to another. Generally everyone is involved in working hard day and night to improve his economic condition. Even when one understands the Vedic rituals, he becomes interested in promotion to heavenly planets, not knowing that one's real interest lies in returning home back to Godhead. By acting on the platform of fruitive activity, one wanders throughout the universe in different species and forms. Unless he comes in contact with the devotee of the Lord, a guru, he does not become attached to the service of Lord Vasudeva. Knowledge of Vasudeva requires many births to understand, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Mahat Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. After struggling for existence for many births, one may take shelter at the lotus feet of Vasudeva Krishna. When this happens, one actually becomes wise and surrenders unto him. That is the only way to stop this repetition of birth and death. This is confirmed in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 1951. The instruction given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Srila Rupa Goswami at Dāsa Swameda Gata. Brahmanda Brahmita Kono Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasadipaya, Bhakti Latha Beach. The living entity wanders throughout the different planets in different forms and bodies. But if by chance he comes in contact with a bona fide spiritual master, by the grace of the spiritual master, he receives Lord Krishna's shelter and his devotional life begins. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanam Jnana Shulakaya Chakshudan Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sattvitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamam Didati Swaparandikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Kamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sakajatam Sagana Raghunathamitam Tam Saji Shadvitam Javadutam Parajanam Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Sagarvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hare Kriya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheta Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much for joining in with our Srimad Bhagavatam class on Sunday. So we are continue reading the teachings of Lord Rishabdev to his 100 sons, and we are now on this verse. When the living entity is covered by the mode of ignorance, it does not understand the individual living being and the supreme living being. So of course, you know the mode of ignorance. So when a person is covered by Maya, mode of ignorance, then he cannot understand nothing. Becomes like an animal. Dharma meena pasubhi. So the drawing line is Dharma means associated with Dharma is associated with the mode of goodness. Dharma cannot be associated with the mode of passion and ignorance. Dharma means associated with the mode of. So when you are in the mode of goodness, then you can see. But if you are in the mode of ignorance, you cannot see. It's explained here, many places. Again, the same word. Avidyayam. If someone is ignorant and addicted to the path of samsara, how can one who is actually learned, merciful, and wants? Uh, so that's not this verse. Due to ignorance. But here, na Veda does not know. So you can see here in this verse that the same Bishop Dev is saying. Due to ignorance, the materialist person does not know anything about his real self-interest. The auspicious path in life is simply bound to material enjoyment by lusty desires, and all his plans are made for this purpose. For temporary sense gratification, such a person creates a society of envy, and due to this mentality, he plunges into the ocean of suffering. Such a foolish person does not even know about this. See the mode of ignorance, how damaging it is. And he's suffering and he doesn't even know about it. Huh? You understand? Huh? It's again explained here, another place. When one's mind and senses are attracted to sense object for enjoyment, the mind becomes agitated. As a result of continually thinking of sense object, one's real consciousness almost becomes lost. Again, your consciousness becomes because of constantly thinking of, like the water in a lake that is gradually sucked up by big grass, straws on its bank. So you see how sense gratification is very detrimental. And sense gratification means engaging in fruitive activities, karma kanda, work, work. And one deviates from his original consciousness, he loses the capacity to remember his previous position or recognize his present one. The same thing. He doesn't know. Huh? He cannot know even his present situation or his past situation. Because previous situation we don't say. Even the present, it becomes what? Huh? And when remembrance is lost, all knowledge acquired is based on false foundation. When this occurs, learned scholars consider that the soul is lost. See how it all correlates. When you are attracted to karma vasam, how you get attracted to karma vasam? When you are what? Engaged in sense gratification. Sense gratification leads you to bewilderment. And bewilderment means you don't know who you are, what everything you don't know. See how everything relates, Hmm? Right? It's not that you simply do anything and everything. I mean, if you are in that, that is what here. You simply do anything and everything, whatever you like. This is the situation. You don't know what to do, what not to do. Yeah, that's the consciousness of the. You become a demon, demonic. You understand? Yeah. Practically 99% of the people are in this consciousness. They just simply work like an ass. Hmm. Today's word, karma vasam, controlled by karma. Well, how you become controlled by karma? You become ignorant. Yes? And when you become ignorant, you don't know who you are, you don't know who's God, nothing you know. And what is the consequence? Repeated birth and death. Understand, this point has been Krishna explained in the Bhagavad Gita very simply. One verse is 3:9, right? You all know. What is that? Yagyata karma naya. Loka karma bandhane. Right? Yes? So if you do not recognize the authority of Krishna, then you are going to be entangled in this verse 3:9. Going to be. But Krishna says further also that if you do not recognize my authority, uh, then you will fall down. Okay? You will. Okay? Krishna just say like that, Ahame sarvaya jnanam bhaktacha prabhuyecha natu mam abhijanante tatvanayata chevanti te. Hare Krishna. This is Baladev Vidyabhusana Prabhu from the ISKM Dallas. He's from our American Yatra. Jai Nidai Gaur Prema. I have only spoken to him. I have only spoken to him, but I have not seen him. Come, sit down. Maybe you can sit here.
Oh no, no, no.
So I am the only enjoyer, master of all sacrifice. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature, they fall down. See, again, today, same verse, same point that Rishabh Dev saying. If you don't, you cannot recognize me. Well, why you cannot recognize? You are in entangled in fruitive action. You are in the mode of ignorance. You don't know who you are. You don't know what I am. So you cannot recognize. Here Krishna says, if you don't recognize me, you will fall down. Now, what is this meaning of this fall down? This is a classic thing about this Hindu. This is a classic description of the Hindu man. Why? Because he don't recognize. He say, all God same lah. Huh? Everything is okay. Yes or not? There are consequence for that kind of thinking. What is the consequence? Hello? What is the consequence? Repeated birth and death. You fall down. You become what? Huh? Understand? Krishna says further, how you fall down? How you will fall down? What is it? How you fall down? What is it? Repeated birth and death. How that works? How? Tell me. Krishna says, for those who are mischievous and envious, how you become mischievous? Krishna is speaking, you're not listening, means you're mischievous. Right or not? Jai Shri Ram. Everything all the same lah. All God said, whichever God you like, you go lah. Yeah? When someone speaks like that, that means he's mischievous. Yes or not? Hello? Huh? Krishna is saying one thing, and you saying another thing. Is that not mischievousness? What is that? What is that then? How you classify mischievous? What is the definition of mischievous? What is the translation of mischievous? Huh? What is that? Somebody who's what? Trying to be too smart. Is it not? Hello? Yeah? Krishna is saying, you don't accept me as the authority, then you will fall down. So those people who are in that category, the mischievous, I cast them to lower and lower species where they will remain there perpetually. Then how you can ever understand that Vasudevam Sarvamiti? That's not possible. It will not possible. You become lower and lower. Suppose you say you are a little fish in the marina trench. Is there a chance for you to meet somebody? You know how deep is marina trench? You know how deep is it? How deep is it? Huh? 10,000 meters? Meters. 11,000, more than 33,000, 36,000 feet downstairs, and you are there swimming very happily. You like that? How are you going to meet someone? You understand? You just see how this whole thing is working. Krishna is very kind, but he's also very, very extra kind for people who do this kind of mischievous activity. That's why here it says you cannot understand. You cannot understand Vasudeva. Right? It is not some joke we are talking here. You understand? Do anything you like and do whatever you like. So such people, it says here in today's world, such people are only attracted to karma. Karma. That's all. Work is worship, everything, They think that they can accomplish everything by their crazy what? Work ethics. And when you get into that, covered completely. Cannot see nothing. Yeah? Same point. Same point is also explained by Lord Krishna himself. He says here, oh, Shenli Uddhava, a person bereft of real intelligence is considered to have lost everything. Deviated from the actual purpose of his life, you become dull, just like a dead person. It's the same point. This is the same thing. Krishna is speaking to Uddhava. He becomes lost. Because what? Avidyayamane. Real intelligence gone. To have lost everything. Because when you don't have good brains, intelligence, you lose everything lost. Deviated from the actual purpose of his life, he becomes dull, just like a dead person. Extra here. Yeah? Yeah? See how dangerous this situation is, trying to become too smart. Huh? What? I know everything. Person who speak like that means he don't know anything. Is it not? Huh? You see how Krishna is explaining. Yeah? Because of absorption in sense gratification, because fruitive activity means sense gratification. Me and my, I want, the subsequent words will explain this even more in detail. It starts with what? Sex life. Tomorrow's, whoever read the next verse, this is about sex. Sex life means what? Pungsam Sri Maitunam Etat, what is that? Huh? What goes? Aham mameti. What is that? Becomes attracted to well, first wives. Three. Sutta after. One thing after the other. You understand? They become very. It is all controlled. The moment you become ignorant, you get attracted to fruitive activity. Fruitive activity, you are lost. The sense gratification goal of life, and then all one thing after another comes into you, you get completely caught over, and you live like an animal, me and mine. You follow? All this is coming to this one point of not being able to accept Vasudeva Sarvamiti. You understand? It's the price to pay. You think you don't become Krishna conscious. That is Hare Krishna, useless guy. There's so many gods. Huh? That's the argument. They say what? There's so many gods. Why only Krishna? Don't they talk like that? Huh? That is Krishna, Krishna. Huh? This is mischievousness. This is not mischievous. What? Ah, understand? And price to pay. It's not that you can get away scot free. You have to pay a price. And the price means you have to take repeated birth and death. And Krishna adds in the Bhagavad Gita, I put him to lower and lower species, and he will stay there what? Perpetually. You think it is fun, huh? What? Our Hindu religion is so good, Prabhu. We can do anything we like. Does this all show that you can do anything you like? Free for all. You can do anything you like. Does this show? Huh? Hello? Huh? Free. Yeah, you can do anything you like. That's why he says here, you don't know. If you don't know, then anything you can do. Correct? Like a crazy man, he don't know he will eat stool also. Yes. Have you seen? The guy is not. He's eating his own what? Stool. You understand? This is the result of paying a price for being ignorant. You understand? It is not some joke. That's why Lord Shiva, also said, Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeve Satyatam. See how one line he put the whole thing. You have to come to what? Sattvam. And then you have to become purified from Sattvam. That Vishuddham. Then only you can understand. Vasudevam Sarvamiti. This thing is not some some what? Do DIY. You do yourself. Everything is simply. You can see how this is a very, very sequence, it flows. Yes or not? Hello? Yeah? So don't think, that's why these three verses, Parabhavas, yesterday Parabhavas, Abodha Jata, if you do not want to accept. Parabhava, Abodha Jata, what is the next line? Yavan? Na jigyasata. Pramata, there's another one. They become mad, Pramata Nunam. Crazy. Parabhavas means what? Defeated. Yesterday, if you don't accept, you're defeated. Krishna also said, for those who are into this Maya, what? I will what? Huh? I will what I'll do? A purified soul should see that because the conditioned soul who are dedicated to sense gratification have falsely accepted the objects of sense pleasure as truth, all their endeavors are doomed to failure. And then another one, I think is in 330, yeah? 330 what? The misguided materialist does not know that his very body is impermanent and that the attractions for home, land, and wealth, which are in relation to the body, are temporary. Out of ignorance only he thinks that everything is permanent. Huh? Whatever is produced by the materialist with great pain and labor for so-called happiness, the Supreme Personality as the time factor destroys, and for this reason the conditioned soul remains. Hello? Not that, okay, I do what I like, I can do anything. The Lord is overseeing your activities. Huh? You think what? Give you all these things free, you do whatever you like. Huh? What? Understand? They think that there's no control, everything you can do, anything you like. Huh? You see how much everything is under the control of the Lord. Understand? So this is foolishness. If someone says that I don't believe, I don't care, it is because he's grossly haunted by the mode of ignorance. Right? He is coward. He is what? Coward. He cannot see, he cannot understand. The destination for them is what? Yes. So try to see this point. They all are very, explained very, very clearly. You cannot try to be independent. It is not possible. It is not. Understand? That's why it says to come out of this mess, only one way. There's no other way for this. You have to go and take shelter of a devotee. The proper rights in the proper. Unless you take shelter of a devotee, cannot come out. What is that word? 1051. 1051, 52. Or 1052, 51. Yeah? You know? I think it's 1051, 52, I think. Yeah? It is in the CC also. 22. So you see by huh? What is it? 51, 52? Fifty-three, is it? Yeah, 53. When the material life of a wandering soul has ceased, O Achyuta, he may attain the association of your devotee. And when he associates with them, there awakens in him devotion unto you, who are the goal of the devotees and the Lord of all cause and effects. See? So unless he comes in contact with the devotee, uh, Mahiyasam Padaraja be shaken. So there is no other recourse to this because by the association of devotees, he gets purified from the mode of ignorance and he comes to the mode of goodness and then purified goodness. And then he can see things as they are. Understand? If it doesn't come to this contact, then he will be rotting in this material world on and on and on. See? There's no way out of this. That's why Krishna says, Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Krishna never say, immediately you come, right? After what? Many births. So how many births? Already I explained. Brahma is already 51 years old. How many millions of years have passed? 150 over trillion years. So how many births we are going through? And still we are saying no time. See how we are completely clouded. Completely covered. So try to come out of this. That's why the stress is you come to the program, you come associate with the bodies, you attend the Mangala, especially the Mangala Arati, because that is the mode of what? Goodness and pure goodness. Why? It's designed scientifically for you. Understand? And if you don't do it, it's difficult to come out of the mode of passion and ignorance. Passion starts at what time? What time passion starts? After 10. Yeah? Because he give you time for your breakfast. So you had your coffee, your everything, then the passion starts. It starts the moment the sun comes up. Understand? The moment the sun comes up, the mode of passion activity starts. Therefore, you have to do your spiritual program before the sun. Understand? Hello? So if you do sleep during the Bangla Arti time, what happened? Nothing happened. What happened? Hello? You're sleeping, Prabhu. Nothing happened. No? When you're sleeping, what's happening? You're sleeping, na? Huh? What happens? Nothing happens. You're sleeping nicely, soundly. Yes? Yes. Lord Shiva says, anyone who sleeps during the Brahma Muhurtam time, he has got all his servants. Who are his servants? Narada Muni and huh? Who are his servants? Who is Lord Shiva's servant? Rakshasas and Pisacha, Jinn, Dakini, all this, they will come to you and they will attack you. The ghost cannot go into you because you're sleeping. But the ghost cannot go into you because you're sleeping. They can get into your dreams, correct? They are so powerful. That's why they don't have a gross body, they have a subtle body. They can enter and they will make you dream all kind of crazy things in the mode of ignorance. Like your wife is coming to kill you. And you wake up, you see your wife. What kind of a thing you think? You understand? They can create all this kind of disturbance. All because you are sleeping during. Even Lord Shiva, see, he does not like that. So remember, so when you are up, mode of goodness, From mode of goodness, if you chant, you develop the mode of purified goodness, and then you can understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you don't, then it is not possible. It is not possible after sunrise. That's not possible. It's not. Then you graduate to become a Hindu. No problem, bro. Anything wrong with Hindu? Yatam mat tatam. Everything is the same. Anything goes. Eating rice or eating stool is the same, bro. Yeah? Is it not? Same what? Same, right? What? Why not same? Why they are only different? Huh? Only the stool and rice is different, but here with Krishna is all the same, is it? Hello? Huh? Foolish nonsense. So you have consequence to pay. There is a price to pay. And it's going to be a heavy price. Taking birth again is not fun. It is not? You want to come back? What? Tell me. Coming back. We have a book called Coming Back. So you weigh the consequence very seriously and you see how all these are very, very dangerous moves, and which Krishna is kind. Especially he has come, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada, to awaken us. Because just like avidya means what? Ignorance, right? Vidya means what? And Krishna says this knowledge is very, Bhagavad Gita, what verse? What verse is that? Hmm? For what? Oh, chastise the enemy. The sacrifice performed in knowledge is better than mere sacrifice of material possession. After all, O son of Pritha, all sacrifice of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. They don't show this verse here. Everyone remember 434. 38 also. 38 from me? 38. This is 33, yeah? 38. See again, yeah. Just learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service to him. The self-realized soul can impart the knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Again, knowledge. You understand this point? Knowledge is what? Very important. Huh? 38, huh? In this world, there's nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mysticism. And one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotional service enjoy this knowledge within himself in due course of time. See? Knowledge. thought it was in 27. Yeah. Yeah. Knowledge is the ultimate perfection of self-realization. I shall explain that knowledge unto you by which the knots of attachment to material world cut. Knowledge is the ultimate perfection of self-realization. Okay? Huh? What's the other one that Lord Shiva says? 24 what? Lord Shiva says here, in this material world there are different types of achievement, but all of them, the achievement of knowledge is considered to be the highest. Because one can cross the ocean of Nisai only on the boat of knowledge. Otherwise the ocean is impossible. Is this the point? Lord Shiva is saying? Huh? Where is he saying? O Lord, who resemble the shining sun. This is the one that we are speaking all the time, this verse. Where it says about knowledge. It's just the method, no? Not about knowledge. Huh? 2, 3? Transcendental knowledge in relation with the Supreme Lord Hari is knowledge resulting in complete suspension of the waves and whirlpool of material modes. Such knowledge is self-satisfying due to it being free from material attachment, and with transcendental it is approved by authorities. Who could fail to be? So this is the point, the knowledge. That's why Krishna also said, having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme, or in other words, that they are mind. That's the conclusion of this knowledge. Knowledge means that Vasudevam Sarvamiti. That is the conclusion of knowledge. What the use of this knowledge and not relating to Krishna? Then it is what? Simply waste of time. Simply waste of time. Right. So I think I've covered at length this subject matter. Yes? So you want to be a Hindu? No, you came as a Hindu, Prabhu. Now you're not Hindu. See, the Hare Krishnas have brainwashed you. How dangerous cult it is, this Hare Krishna. And they brainwash you now. No, 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 I don't want to be Hindu. Eh?
All the Hindus of people become very angry.
After hearing this class.
Hearing this effect, they become very angry.
Ah, yeah, see, we are converting. Then what are you? Huh? What? Divijay Bandhu. What Divijay Bandhu? Divijay Bandhu also different categories, Prabhu. Oh, you are Divijay Bandhu of the Hindu then. Huh? What is that? What am I? I want try to become the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of. That should be the answer. You understand? Any other questions on this point? Clear?
Yes.
Yeah? Our Oriya Pandit, two Oriya Pandits sitting by side. Any questions? Any question on the Facebook? Anybody? Huh? Nobody. Nobody here. You come Mangalarti, you will know that. I cannot explain that. You have to come here to understand this. You understand? Yeah? When you come to the mode of pure goodness, only you can really understand that Krishna is the supreme personality of God. That's the statement of Lord Shiva. Cannot understand otherwise. Even in goodness you cannot understand. What to speak? Yes, and that's why you must come and associate with devotees. Morning, Mangala. Then you go above the mode of, you come to transcendental goodness. Then, yes, then you can see things as they are. Everything become very clear. When, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which nescience is destroyed, then his knowledge reveals everything as the sun lights up everything in the daytime. You understand? When you come to that stage, Brahma Bhuta Prasnatma, Na Sochate, Na Kanchate, Samaham Sarva Bhuta, Mat Bhakti, Labate, then you have get this Krishna's devotion. Even in goodness is this what Brahman platform is still considered as not the Suddha Sattva platform. That's why it says in that verse, those people on the Brahman platform, they are what? Avishuddha Buddhi. Why Avishuddha Buddhi? What is that? Huh? They think they are what? They are falsely they think they are liberated. What is that line? Mukta, Vimukta Manina. They falsely, because in that goodness also there's conditioning. Oh, I am Brahman, I am pure, I Hare Krishna, Prabhu, especially someone who just joined. No, Prabhu, I am following four principles. Are you following any principle? They go around, This is also conditioning. It's what? You follow. So if it goes beyond that, then yes, that is purified. Not Vimukta Manina. Vimukta Manina means the guy thinks I'm liberated. Prabhu, you're going to hell. I am liberated. You understand? They speak like that. But a person, that's why they said in that consciousness, the word is used, Vishuddha Buddhi, contaminated consciousness. And Sanskrit words are all very meaningful. Application. Says karma vasana. Karma contaminated or controlled by karma. I'll show you one verse before I wrap up. This is the consequence of associating with devotee. The consequence of associating with devotee is also, I have to explain that. This is the consequence of associating with devotees. King Parchinabhai is speaking. The king replied, "My dear Brahman, whatever you have said, I have heard with great attention. Considering all of it, I have come to the conclusion that the Acharya teachers who engaged me in fruitive activity did not know this confidential knowledge. If they were aware of it, why did they not explain it to me?" You see this point here? After he heard from Narada Muni, he's speaking like this. Why they did not tell me? Huh? Why they did not tell me this thing? Right? Huh? My dear Brahman, there are contradiction between your instruction and those of my spiritual teachers who have engaged me in fruitive activity. I now can understand the distinction between devotional knowledge and devotional service, knowledge and renunciation. I had some doubts about them, but you have very kindly dissipated all these doubts. I can now understand how even the great sages are bewildered by the real purpose of life. Of course, there's no question of sense gratification. It's a very important point here. Even if you don't have sense gratification, you can be a great so-called, sadhu, sage. Why the distinction? Because they are not taken Vasudevam Sarvam. They are not practicing devotional service. A devotee, that's why Krishna said, a devotee is what? Higher than Bhagavad Gita 446? No, 646. Yes, he is higher than the karmi, he is higher than the speculator, he is higher than the yogi, he is higher than all of them. Why? Because my devotee, huh, I consider him as the top. Huh? 647. Huh? What is that verse? Yoginamapi sarvesham matkante taratmana sadavanyo bhajate man same yukta tamaha, topmost. So we have to understand this. So you cannot, even if you are so-called sadhus, if you don't surrender to Krishna, then this position, you see these two verses are explaining their position. Right? And he got clear. See, I can now understand how even the great sages are bewildered by the real purpose of life. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita, even Arjuna says that 10:2, is it? What? Name Vadu, Suragana, Maharishya, Sarvasha. You cannot understand. What is that verse? 10:2, is it? Yeah? 10:2, right? Name Viduhu, Suragana, Prabhavana, Maharishaya. Aham adi he devanam marishinam cha sabrisha. So he says, Krishna, neither the hosts of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or ability. For in every aspect I am source of the demigods and the sages. Even Arjuna also said that thing in 10:14. Right? Arjuna also said the same thing. Yeah. Sarvam etaditan manye yan mam vadasi kesava nahete bhagavan vyaktim vidu deva na danava. See this point? Huh? First, he said, I accept totally as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigod nor the demon, oh Lord, can understand your personality. There's only a devotee. Only a devotee can. Even if Krishna comes covered, the devotee still can understand. That's the amazing thing about it. That Ulangita. What is that verse?
379.
Huh?
3.79.
29.
No, 79.
79. Are you? No,
89.
89. Ulangita. Too many verses to remember.
89.
Huh?
89.
89. This was Ulangita. Huh? Oh my Lord, everything within material nature is limited by time, space, and thought. Your characteristic, however, being unequal and unsurpassed, are always transcendental to such limitation. You sometimes cover such characteristic by your own energy, but nevertheless, your unalloyed devotees are always able to see you under all circumstances. See? Another thing, I mean, it looks like I will never end. Under no circumstances can the words of person bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord deviate the intelligence of those who are completely surrendered souls. You understand? That's why we have to take shelter of the devotees. You understand? They cannot be deviated. You can speak all your crazy philosophy. Cannot shake them. Understand? So we have to take shelter of the devotees to come out of the mind. Otherwise, no. Not possible. Yes, prayena. Again, prayena bhakti yogena satsangena vinodava. Now, nupayo vidyate suya prayanam et satam aham. My dear Uddhava, I am personally the ultimate shelter and way of life for saintly liberated persons. And thus, if one does not engage in my loving devotional service, which is made possible by associating with my devotee, then for all practical purpose, one possesses no effective means for escaping from material existence. Hello? Huh? You understand? For no, then for all practical purposes, one possesses no effective means for escaping from material. So you can try, you can keep trying. Hindu, hello? He just said, now I've gone, no more Hindu, far, far away. He has gone far away. You can see the danger of the consciousness. Yes, I think I have explained it in clear, concise way how this is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. Because that's why Krishna also said in that, what is that, 9:20:23, correct? Avidhi Purvakam. This is wrong. This is what? Wrong. Cannot be right. In fact, in another word, it says, any member of the Varnashram, if they don't accept my authority, deny me, they will fall down. You understand? So please be careful. And someone asks you, who is your worshipful God? What do you say?
Krishna.
Not so many gods?
No, I never worship.
You never heard.
From childhood, I am.
All right, we'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Gi. Gopāl Gi. Oh, very-